Hello, everyone. Welcome to the November West Virginia Entrepreneurship Ecosystem Call. It is November, it's the end of the year, but we are not slowing down. We are speeding up. So we are going to throw it over to Amber to get things started and introduce our very first federal spotlight partner for the month. Amber?
Yeah, so we're super excited about today's featured speaker, Andy Stoll. He's joining us as the founding executive director of the Ecosystem Building Leadership Network, and he's going to walk us kind of through why this is important and why we're even talking about ecosystem building. So, Andy, I'll go ahead and just throw it over to you, and we'll get you going.
Great. Thanks, Amber. And appreciate Tara for inviting me. I may be familiar to some of you. This is, I believe, my third or fourth time zooming in from the middle of the country to West Virginia to talk about entrepreneurial ecosystems. Previously, I did that in my role at the Kauffman Foundation and recently left that organization. So some of you, some of what I say may be familiar, and you're like, I think I've heard this before, some of this before. Because that was me talking before, and lots of props to all the folks in West Virginia who are really not just talking about entrepreneurial ecosystems and entrepreneurial ecosystem building, but actually taking action to find more ways that we all can collaborate to help entrepreneurs. So those of you who maybe aren't familiar with me, again, my name is Andy Stoll. I'm the executive director of a new network. It's just forming called the Ecosystem Building Leadership Network. And it comes out of 8 years of work at the Kauffman Foundation, which is a private family foundation based in Kansas City, that really was one of the first foundations in the world to recognize and acknowledge that entrepreneurship has value beyond just the value created for the entrepreneurs and their family. It's over 30 years ago, the Kauffman Foundation started investing in entrepreneurship and has made some investments in West Virginia. I joined the foundation about 8 years ago, or 7.5 years ago, and recently left. I want to tell you a little bit about my story, kind of where it merges with that, and then hopefully make it relevant to your life and your experiences where you're at. So I started doing work that today you'd call entrepreneurial ecosystem building. Actually, 22 years ago in Iowa, and I accidentally started a social entrepreneurial incubator, or that's what we would have called it today, but that's definitely not what we called it then when I was in college. And what we learned through the act of building that was one of the best ways to help entrepreneurs was to create an environment around them of other folks who would help them with a culture that says trust and collaborate, dream big, grow here, try stuff, fail, get up, try again. And how can we help? And over the course of my career since then, I've been really playing around with one question, which is how do you build environments or communities, intentional communities that support entrepreneurship, innovation, and creativity? So I'm a social entrepreneur. I've started 4 or 5 different organizations. I did a lot of work in the Midwest, primarily in Iowa. In the early 2000 aughts, I picked up my head through a network that formed then called the Startup America Partnership. I think you may have been involved in that. It was part of the White House effort to up America's startup game after the big recession, and realized that there were people all over the country thinking about the communities and the systems that supported entrepreneurs. I ended up trying to raise money for a nonprofit network called the Startup Champions Network, which is actually one of the first networks in the nation that really called out entrepreneurial ecosystem building as a profession. And we went to the Kauffman Foundation asking for funds, as one does to foundations. And Victor Huang, who was the vice president of entrepreneurship at Kauffman then, said to me, you know, building these ecosystems, this is the future of economic and community development. And for me, I was like, it's the what of what, because that's not really how I thought about it. I always just was really interested in helping entrepreneurs succeed in our community. The Kauffman Foundation made a big bet in 2017 and started a strategy looking at entrepreneurial ecosystem building as the pathway to build more vibrant, equitable local economies, both in big cities and rural communities. And ecosystem building is really about how do you get all the resources together to collaborate to help entrepreneurs succeed. And this is not something I need to tell you all, but this is really the core idea of entrepreneurial ecosystem building. The key to remember is that the primary purpose of an entrepreneurial ecosystem is to move knowledge and resources from the people who have it to the entrepreneurs who need it. So everything that we're doing, hopefully in this group, and as you think about the entrepreneurial ecosystem in West Virginia, is it's to connect and collaborate together to help entrepreneurs find the resources and the knowledge they need right when they need it, not 2 minutes before or 2 minutes after. And that a culture that supports them no matter where they are in West Virginia or in the nation, I guess, in my work, And I really want to commend all of you for really thinking about this. And I would say of all the states I visit virtually all the time, West Virginia is one of the few that has intentionally built a statewide network to foster this necessary network and collaboration. The thing I want you to sort of leave you with to think about are two things. Not one organization or one individual can build an entrepreneurial ecosystem. Ecosystem building really is a team sport. The second thing I really want you to think about is if you see yourself as an ecosystem builder, even as a percentage of your job, so maybe you spend most of your days doing direct entrepreneurial support, but also you spend part of your time, like here on these calls, to connect with others and figure out how you're going to create pathways for entrepreneurs to get connected to the knowledge and resources they need. That role, this notion of the ecosystem builder, is actually an emerging profession. It's an emerging practice. But right now, there is very little consensus on really the core elements of that practice. What are the steps? How do you measure it? How do you fund it? So the work you all are doing right here on this call is very pioneering and innovative. Entrepreneurial ecosystem building really is a social innovation. And I think we're going to see the impact of your work today in 10 or 20 years as West Virginia really has a 21st century economy that helps people with ideas and innovations and creativity and artist works are really thriving in all parts of the state. But that's the work you're doing today. It's hard because we're all inventing it and we're making it up. But part of the role of my organization that we're starting to stand up, Ecosystem Building Leadership Network, is to build the training, the certifications, the tools and whatnot to help individuals who are building entrepreneurial ecosystems or collaborating in states to build ecosystems to do that work. So I invite you to learn more about what we're doing. It's a brand new network. We're still working on actually standing it up and getting the nonprofit back end really working, but you can learn more about it at www.ebln or ecosystembuildingleadershipnetwork.us. And right now we have a monthly newsletter that's really looking at all the activities or many of the activities going on across the professional field of ecosystem building across the United States. And usually lots of opportunities for conferences and connecting with other people doing this work across the nation. But again, commend you all for the work you're doing, collaborating, working together, and recognizing that that is going to create a future, a vibrant economy for your state going forward. So thanks for all that you do.
Thank you so much, Andy. We really appreciate it. And if you do, I know you have to hop off. We got important family things, but there is a question in here if you know of any resources federally that provide support to businesses for founder burnout. So if you know of anybody doing that work, please let us know. Otherwise, we'll also put it into the Trade Winds group.
Yeah, let me think about that a little bit. Founder burnout is a mental health issue. I will tell you that Techstars, the accelerator and venture fund that's based out of New York and Boulder, has a whole series targeted at founders around mental health, a video series. And I'll think about some other things if other resources come up. But that's a good example of an emerging professional field is people who are doing this work to help entrepreneurs and connect the ecosystem can find the resources they need for those entrepreneurs wherever they are. So I'll leave you with that. I don't want to slow your agenda down, but again, appreciate the opportunity to share a little bit about EBL and check into what you all are working on.
Well, we appreciate you so much and thank you very much. We'll put that link in the follow-up for everyone to check out and get more in touch with what they're doing there at the national level. So thank you, Andy. Appreciate you.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
And speaking of appreciate, we just want to say a quick note following Veterans Day yesterday, how thankful we are for all the veteran entrepreneurs in the state and across the nation that are doing great things as they transition out of the military. So want to say a quick note before we go into some general Bridging Innovation Week updates. So Terry, you want to quickly share our screen and we'll kind of run through what we got going on?
All right. Yes. Thank you. Exciting to have Andy engaged in what we're doing. And thanks for the questions in the chat. We'll make sure to follow up with Andy and send those over because I know I saw there was a couple of them. Okay. So Bridging Innovation Week. We are very excited. We have been working hard to get the agenda set up. Now, just so everyone knows, this is not the end all be all. We still have room if you want to add an event or a pitch competition or any of the things we are still open to adding. But as a general agenda, please see what we're looking at. So we will kick off on Monday, April 28th in Shepherdstown, West Virginia. We've been working with Max Knapp, and he has been working to engage a group around entrepreneurship, acquisition, and succession planning. There will be a pre-workshop on that Monday. And then we are working with the local chambers of commerce on a welcome reception that evening. The location is TBD, but we are very excited to kick off in Shepherdstown on Shepherd University Monday during the day, and then likely Martinsburg in the evening. And then I'll let Amber talk about Tuesday's conference.
Perfect. So the Tuesday West Virginia Entrepreneurship Ecosystem Annual Conference will be a little bit different this year. We heard several times how important that networking piece was, and we know that opportunity to really connect and communicate and collaborate with folks is really important. So the morning session will be from 9 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. and it will be something called intentional collisions, where we will have resource providers and partner organizations seated at tables with a specific number of time slots where entrepreneurs and small business owners can sign up, meet with those individuals for 10 minutes, and then transition so that there's meaningful connection building. So right now we are in the process of doing our call for table partners. So I'm going to drop that link. If you are a resource provider or a funder or anybody that provides support to entrepreneurs or small businesses, please consider signing up to be a table partner for that event. We also are looking for federal
It's
agencies.
free. It's free.
It's free. It's free to sign up and be a table partner, and you'll actually get complimentary registration for the rest of the day for that if you are a selected table partner. But if you aren't, there is also going to be some workshops available, and we are also doing our call for workshops right now. So if you don't have any set schedules or set meetings, we'd love for you all to attend some conference workshops. I'll drop that RFP in the chat. And then we're going to go into the full program. We're going to have an engaging entrepreneur speaker at lunch, do a state of the state panel where we'll talk a little bit about what entrepreneurship looks like in West Virginia. Then we're going to hear from the Investment Collaborative, which is led by the Michelle O'Connor and the group, that they're doing some great work around kind of making venture and different capital access more accessible for entrepreneurs. So we're going to hear what they're doing. And then we're going to have a federal panel where we talk about what this looks like at the federal level, just given our proximity to DC. So we're really excited, followed by a networking reception that evening. Our registration for the full event will go live in January. So right now we're looking for partners and workshop proposals. This is a lot, man.
Thanks, Amber. I was thinking with Tuesday, so thanks for that. Appreciate it. So Amber, as she mentioned, is dropping the links in the chat. Again, both of those things are free. So if you would like to do a workshop, you can submit your proposal, that is free. If you want to have a table at Intentional Collisions, that is free. So that is what we're looking for right now. Amber will drop the link in the chat. They're also on the website, which I also dropped in the chat. So after the conference is over on Tuesday, we're going to head into Wednesday, which is competition day. We'll start off with our middle school and high school competition led by Amber Ravenscroft, and it's Spark, West Virginia. I will just give her a plug here, shameless plug. Applications are open until Friday, I believe. Yep, Friday. So that's still open if you have middle school or high school students that are interested in entrepreneurship. Vantage Ventures, so Ryan will have Vantage Ventures doing demos. Arian Olish will also be doing demos. I don't think we have a name for that one yet, but we do have time for demos during the middle of the day. And then I will be running Ignite West Virginia for those 18 and older across the state of West Virginia. And then we'll have the award ceremony that evening. So I'll turn it over to Amber to talk about Thursday's schedule.
This will be like 1 minute. We are partnering with Shepherd University. Thank you to their President's Club for some generous funding to support this day, WVU Extension, and the West Virginia Department of Education to bring students in middle and high school to Shepherd's campus to learn about entrepreneurship education and do some rapid design thinking. There will also be a pitch competition that's held internally from Shepherd's Business School that offers scholarships to students as well that will be taking place during lunch.
Amazing. Thank you. Sorry again, we usually don't talk that much, but there's a lot going on with Bridging Innovation Week, and we really wanted to give an update. So there has been a lot of change, as everyone knows, with the election, and people are changing positions. And we wanted to shout out, I see Trisha Ball on here. She is back at the Marshall Eye Center. We're happy to have her back. And speaking of change, we have an announcement. So LG Nova has a new hire for the state of West Virginia. So Paul, I'm going to send it over to you to make that announcement. Or David.
Paul or David. And if you're
David
speaking,
you're on mute. I know Will is on too.
Yes. So we talked yesterday and thought since we only have a couple of minutes, we would just put me on here. So several people on this call know me. A few of you may not. I'm Dave Ramsberg. I've been involved with the entrepreneurial ecosystem here in West Virginia for the past decade or so in a number of roles. WVU Launch Lab, SBDC, UC Innovation Center, and Downtown Innovation Hub. So I'm kind of an old face, but I do have a new role. I am now the LG Nova Director of Regional Operations and Strategic Partnerships for West Virginia. I am currently sitting in the Morgantown office. We do have the lights on. I'm the only person in the building at the moment, but here in the near term through the end of the year, we're looking at getting this office fully established, probably adding a couple more key personnel. And I will be reaching out to a lot of folks in the ecosystem to either establish or reestablish my contact with my network, and begin to grow the relationships for LG Nova with the ecosystem here in West Virginia, and provide a local point of contact for anyone that is engaging with LG Nova in the state. I'm looking forward to working with a lot of you, and certainly excited about seeing how we can further expand the ecosystem's impact on the state. So feel free to reach out to me at any time. I'll drop my contact information in the chat, and I think that's all I've got.
Perfect. Thank you so much, and congratulations. This is an awesome opportunity, and we look forward to having you all on and being involved in supporting entrepreneurs in the Mountain State.
Thank you very much.
Next up, we have Megan McIntyre, who's going to talk to us a little bit about an evaluation effort we're looking to partner on. So, Megan?
Hi, yes, thank you. My name is Megan McIntyre. I am a PhD student at the City and Regional Planning at the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill. I briefly came on in a prior monthly meeting to just kind of introduce that I'll be working with West Virginia entrepreneurship ecosystem to conduct research on entrepreneurship and business ownership in West Virginia specifically. And the study aims to understand that ecosystem dynamics as well as interactions between various stakeholders. So since participation is crucial to the success of this research, and understanding kind of the uniqueness of West Virginia, it will provide insights that can inform key stakeholders, including entrepreneurs, organizations, policymakers, and resource providers. And so to get an idea of people's interest in the research project as well as their availability, I have created a short form that you are invited to fill out, as well as share with others throughout West Virginia that you think might be relevant to the study. We would appreciate if you take a moment to fill it out if you're interested in participating. And I'm also going to drop in the forms link as well as my contact information if you would like more information about the study or have further questions, because I know this is quite a short way of brief way of introducing it. So I'm happy to be in dialogue with those who are interested. Thank you.
Thanks, Megan. We really appreciate your partnership at UNC and you taking the time to research us. So we're looking forward to hearing the results. So thank you. Okay, Leslie Drake, can you talk to us about what's going on West Virginia Commerce, the Trade Winds 2025 event?
Hi, yeah, sure. I guess y'all can hear me okay. Let me try to share some slides quickly.
Okay, you should be able to now, Leslie.
Oh, okay, thanks. Am I there? There. Is that it?
Now we can see it. Yep.
Okay, great. Sorry, we are a Teams user, and I always have trouble. I'm going to go back to the beginning and give you all a little bit of vertigo. So TradeWinds is the U.S. government's largest trade mission. I'm Leslie Drake, by the way. I'm the director of the U.S. Commercial Service, a federal trade promotion agency. I'm based in Charleston, West Virginia, but we have offices all over the world, and we have 2 in the state. We're staffed by 3 people, myself, a colleague in Wheeling, and we also are home to the Appalachian Rural Export Center, one of only 7 rural export centers across the country dedicated to market research for rural companies, of which all of West Virginia qualifies. I will also say that there's great support from the from the state of West Virginia's economic development program. They fund a big part of those business reports. So just something to keep in mind, and I can share more in the chat. I'm not going to go through all 14 slides, don't worry, but TradeWinds is the largest, long-running, biggest U.S. government trade mission annually. And it's a huge opportunity for companies because they can go to Latin America and take part in a three-pronged program, including attending a business conference, meeting with all of our U.S. commercial service staff who are coming in from the region. Like I mentioned, we have offices all over the world, so we bring those to a central location. This year it's in Sao Paulo. And then companies can also have optional business matchmaking appointments. You see a price tag on this slide, but I want to point out that for our West Virginia businesses, the state of West Virginia is kicking in $1,000, and the company may be eligible for up to a 75% grant for their travel expenses from the state. So it's a super economical way for a small West Virginia business, small or medium size, to go to a market with everything planned out for them with very little risk and very little financial investment. So I'm really passionate about this. I actually ran this program for about 10 years. Now other folks do, thankfully. So I would just encourage you to promote this, and I'll send you all the recruitment details so you can have it to spread the word. So thank you.
Thank you, Leslie. Appreciate it.
Sure thing.
What an awesome opportunity, and the funding that is kicked in for West Virginia entrepreneurs. I mean, that's incredible. Next up, Kevin, you want to tell us a little bit about the executive director opening that we're looking for?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin DeGregorio. I'm the executive director of the Chemical Alliance Zone. And just to let you know who we are, in case you don't know real quick, we work with the state, the West Virginia Development Office, on really large projects, traditional economic development, but we also are part of the ecosystem because we work with startups. And we work with chemistry-based startups, loosely defined. That's traditional stuff, people who are developing new processes like you might find, all the way down to distilleries, breweries, things like that. So loosely defined, we do that. I'm also the board chair of Tech Connect West Virginia, but I'm coming to you today because I'm on the advisory board of the University of Charleston Downtown Innovation Hub. And you just heard from Dave that he is no longer there, so there's an opening. And so I will post in the chat a link to the opening for the Executive Director of Innovation at the University of Charleston. That includes leading the Downtown Innovation Hub, the position that Dave left. We're sad that Dave left us, but we were happy to find out where he was going with LG, so that's good news. So I'll put that in the chat. I'll also put my email in the chat. I know a little bit more about the opening than what's in the job description, but if people are interested, I can probably connect you to President Dr. Marty Roth at the University of Charleston and others if anyone's interested. So just wanted to make sure everybody was aware of that position.
Great. Thanks, Kevin. We appreciate you passing that information along. We've got a great network here, so I feel confident we can find someone fantastic to fill the shoes. David, you did such a great job there, but we are excited to see you at LG now. All right, next up. So Sam, can you talk to us about what's going on at Advantage Valley? And it sounds like you have an announcement for us.
Yeah, hi, everybody. So my name is Sam Lever. I was recently hired by Advantage Valley to serve as our new expanding markets coordinator. We recently received a $1.6 million grant from the ARC. It's a power grant targeted towards expanding local businesses' exposure in the area. So there are a couple of things that are involved in this. The first one is we're going to be funding a business retention and expansion officer at a couple of our partner counties. So that's Charleston Area Alliance, Putnam County Development Authority, HADCO, which is Huntington Area Development Council, the Jackson County Development Authority, and the Mason County Development Authority. These folks will be working with local businesses, doing retention visits, seeing what the needs of these businesses are. And then they'll be coming to us if these businesses have any needs. So if they need any technical assistance money, we can get that for them. One of our big initiatives is going to be working with the Marshall Advanced Manufacturing Center on supply chain expos. We're also going to be working closely with the Rural Export Center, trying to encourage local companies to start exporting. And our last big initiative is going to involve helping women, minority, and veteran-owned businesses receive certifications so they can work with companies or the federal government that might have encouragements for people who come from disadvantaged backgrounds. So a lot going on here at Advantage Valley. And we're really excited to get working with everybody. So thank you.
Awesome. And thank you and welcome to the team. We're glad to have you on here. All right. So next, I heard we have a book that's coming from West Virginia Press. So Julie, you want to tell us a little bit about that? No, she doesn't because she's not on. Okay, moving on to the next person on our agenda. Tara, you want to introduce?
Yeah, let's go ahead with Jennifer Smith. Can you tell us I believe we have an announcement of the winner from Build Up Berkeley.
Yes, thank you, Tara. And unfortunately, Sean Otterton was on, but he had another meeting, so he had to jump off. But Sean Otterton is with Food by Fire. He is starting a new business that will be called Crafted. So just a little bit of background. So he entered our Build Up Berkeley program. This was our second year doing it. So Build Up Berkeley program, it is designed to help entrepreneurs get the much needed capital to make their enterprise go to the next level. And in order to get into the competition, it's basically a pitch competition. They give their 90-second pitch. That 90-second pitch is reviewed by a panel of judges who are then selected into the competition. At least 10 participants are selected into the competition, where they then go through a series of educational classes. While they're doing the educational classes, they also get credit from Blue Ridge as well, because Blue Ridge is helping them develop a business plan. And if at the end of their courses, they submit their business plan, like I said, they will then get their college credit from Blue Ridge. Then there is a final pitch at the very end, and we did host that at the Apollo on November the 1st this year. And as I mentioned, the grand prize winner, and thanks to CNB, they were awarded $10,000 as well as a branding package, a marketing package, and a membership to the Chamber of Commerce. Our second place prize was Next Level Auto Detailing. That was awarded $5,000. And our third place prize was a business located right downtown Martinsburg, and it was Mamba Collectibles, and they were awarded $2,500. And they were also, Mamba Collectibles was also the People's Choice Award winner as well for $1,000. So we gave out over $18,500 worth of cash prizes to these businesses to help their businesses move forward. And what we do, so I'm with the Berkeley County Development Authority. I failed to mention that. So the Berkeley County Development Authority works with a lot of businesses. Our role is, I feel like connecting the resources. And here we were connecting the business experts, and there were also mentors as well, that they will then have for as long as they keep that connection, which I feel like is very vital to their business. And I'm assuming my time's up. So thank you. If anyone has any questions, we will be having it next year as well. So in November as well in 2025, be on the lookout. Because yeah, it's exciting stuff coming from Berkeley County.
Yeah, thank you. We can't wait to be up in the Eastern Panhandle and hopefully see some of those entrepreneurs in bridging too. So appreciate you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. We have a conference coming up, Small Communities, Big Solutions. Michelle, you want to tell us about it?
Absolutely. I am actually going to share my screen. I guess it is, I've sent you a request, Amber. Okay. My name is Michelle Taylor. I am an associate professor of management at Concord University. And I'm here today, thanks to Tara, to invite you all to join us at the Small Communities Big Solutions Conference, if I can get this to share. Okay, we gotta love that. So we have a conference, and this is our 7th year. I've been on it since its year of inception, and it really is focused on all things West Virginia and how we can work together. So very much like the ecosystem to, work with businesses, educational institutions to help them move forward. The first day is really going to be focused on legislative updates. We're going to celebrate some different successes, and I'm really excited about that. But day 2, we are going to have quite a bit of focus on entrepreneurship. I've got Tara, I've got Ariane, I've got a variety of people from this ecosystem that will be on my panel that I'll be moderating on technology and entrepreneurship. But we will also have panels on social entrepreneurship as well as arts and entrepreneurship. We're going to have some different problem solving and collaborative sessions, but our goal is to find out how we can help. What we can do and talk about these things, and then come back together and we'll hand it off to West Virginia's Alliance, and hopefully they can have some further work that goes along with this. We're going to highlight some of the entrepreneurial districts, especially here in Mercer County, since day 1 opens at Concord University. So we will be looking at Mercer Street, which is the grassroots district. I'm sure you guys have heard quite a bit about that in your time in the ecosystem. And that will be our day 2. And day 3, we are going to celebrate many people. And I'm sure some of these names you guys may know. Jim Spencer is going to be our keynote speaker, and he's done quite a bit with the food truck efforts that he's done here in Mercer County. So we're excited to highlight him. I also work with National Science Foundation as an I-Corps instructor. So I really just want to get as many people involved with this as possible. I would like to personally invite you, and I will put the event details into the chat. So I hope you guys will come.
Perfect. Thanks, Michelle. I was just texting with Ariane and James. We will be prepared by the time we get down there next week. We're looking forward to it.
Wonderful.
Okay. Next up, Kim, talk to us about what's going on with Spark West Virginia.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tara. And hello, everyone. My name is Kim Zirk, and I'm a program manager at the Adventure Group and also part of the Spark West Virginia team. As we mentioned earlier in the call, Spark West Virginia is an idea and business generation competition for West Virginia middle and high school students, and we're gearing up for this year's competition. Currently, we have 55 businesses from over 14 counties in West Virginia that consist of over 98 entrepreneurs. And we're currently calling for passionate, insightful individuals to join us for judges for this innovative competition. And we're looking for judges across all industries and backgrounds. So whether you're a business professional, you're an educator, or just simply passionate about innovation and entrepreneurship, your perspective will help make a difference and help spark these students' entrepreneurial mindset as they consider the future opportunities that are available to them. Quickly, we are, as a Spark West Virginia judge, you're going to have the opportunity to inspire and guide these young minds as they pitch their innovative business ideas. And your role as a judge would just be to provide some constructive feedback, support their creativity, and help them hone their entrepreneurial skills. We're actually going to be hosting the first judges training session tomorrow at 9 a.m. to walk through the roles, the expectation, and the judging process so that you have all the tools and information that you need. But if you're not able to attend that virtual meeting, a recording will be sent out afterwards so you can review it at your convenience. The deadline for this round 1 business submissions as well as judges sign up is this Friday, November 15th. So please secure your spot and help us inspire the next wave of West Virginia entrepreneurs. I will put the sign up form in the chat as well as a link to learn more. Thank you all so much and hope to see you as part of Spark West Virginia.
Thanks. Sorry, Pam, you knew I was going to have to do it to you too. Appreciate you. We're just keeping it rolling with the competitions. Diana, talk to us a little bit about Pitch Southern West Virginia.
Hi, Amber. Thanks. I'm Diana Woods with the West Virginia Hive. The West Virginia Hive's Pitch Southern West Virginia Business Idea Competition is taking place this Thursday evening on November 14th on the campus of WVEE Tech in Beckley. We're sponsored by Gold Sponsors United Bank and NRG RDA. And we also have bronze sponsors, Beckley, Raleigh County Chamber of Commerce, and First Community Bank. We will be awarding over $5,000 in cash prizes, including an audience favorite. So if you're going to be in the Beckley area on Thursday evening and want to stop by and support our entrepreneurs, you'll get to cast a vote for your favorite. There's no cost to attend. We do ask that you register. I'll drop the Eventbrite link in the chat. And I see your thing to start my video, but my internet is a little wonky, so
Don't worry.
it does better without video. I'm sorry. And I do want to note that our Pitch Southern West Virginia series has been a fall and spring event, but we are moving to an annual event starting with this fall, and then we'll be encouraging our clients to participate in the spring events that are going on throughout the state. So we look forward to having one big annual event in the fall each year after this.
Awesome.
And thank you.
Thanks, Diana. We really appreciate and we love all the pitch competitions going on. But I'm going to keep the pitch competition rolling here and just quickly mention Ignite West Virginia. I just dropped the link in the chat. The big thing that I want to mention today is making sure that everyone knows how to find the scoring rubric. That is the thing that you need to know about Ignite West Virginia right now. In round one, there is a scoring rubric that you do need to follow if you want to make it to the second round. Make sure you go to our website. I just added the link in the chat. So if you go to the compete page and you just look at that scoring rubric right there, we're looking for business ideas. What's your value proposition? Who's your customer? Do you have a prototype, etc. So we have until January 22nd by noon to enter those round one videos. So we're looking forward to seeing the entries for this year. All right, and next up, we are heading over to Mike Queen. What's going on with the Secretary of State's office, buddy? I know that you guys have been doing nothing for the past month, right?
Yeah, that's
Pretty
exactly right. Actually, I swung by my home here to get on this call. Just so everybody knows, we're doing canvassing all this week. Every county in the state is hand counting at least 2 precincts, so that it kind of makes sure that it jives with the electronic ballot machines that we use now in all 55 counties. So that's a checks and balances we have in place there. I do want to tell everybody that we've had 1,098 new businesses to register in the Secretary of State's office for the month of October. Calhoun County led this month, or October, with a 2.7% overall increase in the number of businesses that they had. Kanawha County actually registered the most new businesses with 129. So congratulations to all the practitioners in the ecosystem that work in those 2 counties and really throughout the state. The last 12 months, we've had 13,563 new businesses to register in West Virginia. And I will tell you that one of the things that the U.S. Chamber and the national groups really kind of monitor for us, all states, is how many of the businesses that started in October, for example, that 1,098, will be in business in 3 years or be in business in 5 years. And West Virginia is towards the bottom. I think we're 42nd, maybe 41st in the number of businesses who stay open. So we have to work together on that. And maybe that's one of the things we can talk about in the future. Really, really, really important. If you hear anything this whole call, please hear this, that every business that was formed before January 1st of 2024 must comply with the Federal Corporate Transparency Act and file what they call a beneficial ownership information form. Any business, every business filed before January 1, 2024 must file that report before January 1st. So we've been kind of doing public education throughout this whole time to do that, but very critical. And you can go on our webpage, wvsos.gov. Right at the top, there's a link that'll take you to everything you need to know about the Corporate Transparency Act. Very important. Thank you, ladies.
Mike, thank you. I even paused the timer because I felt that was a very important thing to do with 1 second left. I didn't cut you off.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Mark, what's going on with Business Link?
Yeah, go ahead and I guess I can share my screen real quick.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, everybody see that? All right, so my name is Mark Burdett. I'm the program coordinator for West Virginia Business Link here at the West Virginia Small Business Development Center. And a couple things I want to emphasize this month, as Tara and Amber had mentioned, this is a season of change. I know we've got some new faces on here and some old faces in new places. And it's an opportunity to go to your profile on Business Link. If your organization is on Business Link, to be sure to update that. That way we remain current as possible. I try to keep track of all the movement, but sometimes I am not aware of things. So be sure to let me know. Schedule time with me. I can help you navigate updating Business Link and making sure that that gets done. Second thing I want to mention is, like I always do each to emphasize, because at the end of each session or each call, people update their events. We have a great statewide online calendar. Be sure to enter your events and keep that updated. We get a lot of traffic for entrepreneurs that are looking for events, and that way we can connect you there. And finally, I have been promoting the Entrepreneurship Development Professional Program or certification, excuse me, and been getting a lot of interest. So I want to highlight that again in front of everybody to let them know about this professional certification for this ecosystem building space that we have here in West Virginia. Currently, I'm the only one in West Virginia that has it, and I want more to follow in my footsteps. This is not something that the SBDC does. This is through the IEDC, the International Economic Development Council, and it's an awesome certification. I highly recommend everyone that is in ecosystem building mode to consider it. So if you have any questions, want to learn more, please reach out to me.
Mark, we have, if you can address, there was a question in the chat, and we do appreciate you holding it down for the state of West Virginia, buddy. We really do. Because that it's not an easy thing, and I've looked into doing it, so I appreciate that you've been holding it down for us. And it looks like Angelica might be interested as well. All right. Next up, Michelle. Can you give us an update on the investment collaborative, and then you can kick us off and switch us into the entrepreneur corner and why you guys got that started? I know that there's been a lot of interest in the entrepreneurs in the state of West Virginia, and I think that has a lot to do with you and your group.
Yeah, thanks. The West Virginia Investor Collaborative is a group of investors that are interested in investing and working with West Virginia-based companies. And so we meet monthly, and we're working to pull the investor collaborative together to be able to have entrepreneurs be able to pitch directly to them, and to also get ready to pitch. So part of the Investor Corner, which we're actually going to be rebranding and renaming as the Entrepreneurial Corner or the Entrepreneur Corner, because it's all about you guys. And what we want to do is get you guys ready for what you need today and what you're going to need tomorrow. And part of that is providing technical assistance and wrapping you with resources that are going to get you ready for what you need. So part of what this Entrepreneur Corner is going to be doing is we're going to have the application that we put out every month. If you're looking to start a business or have a business and need some help with, legal services or marketing, or just need somebody to sit down and walk through a business plan, we have those resources. And so we look forward to hearing from all of you and how we can help. So stay tuned also, Tara, that we're going to have a webinar that's going to introduce all of the members of the Investor Collaborative in January. And once we solidify that date, we'll do that. And then we will be at Bridging Innovation as well.
Awesome. Great. Thank you, Michelle. And I see we got some testimony about working with you in the chat. So definitely take advantage of that opportunity to connect with these folks. We want to make it as accessible as possible. So now we're going to move into kind of our entrepreneur asks. Our first one is Joseph with Pinnacle Cybersecurity Solutions. So Joe, you want to take us away?
Sure. Let me share my screen real quick here.
Right.
Yeah, if I can get to it. Share. And it should be it right there. Okay. So quick introduction. My name is Joseph Early, and I am the owner-operator consultant for Pinnacle Cybersecurity Solutions. We're a startup. We're actually only in our second quarter for our foundation building. We're actually ahead of schedule when it comes down to our certifications. The last leg is seeking out the service disabled veteran-owned small business and veteran-owned small business through the SBDC. But as I said, my name is Joseph Early, and I am a native West Virginian. I am living up here in North Central West Virginia now. I am retired military, and I've been up here since 2009. What I'm on the call for today is just to let everyone know here in the ecosystem that we are a cybersecurity startup focusing on the target clients for federal contractors, the DIB supply chain, private industry verticals, and public sector agencies, whether it be federal, state, county, or municipal. We provide as you can see there on the slide, we provide expert cybersecurity consulting services. I've been in this industry ecosystem now for about 18 years since retirement, 15 years under the certifications portfolio. And we'll do a quick shout out. I am a graduate student or graduate of Marshall University Technology Management Program. What our mission is, basically, it's pretty simple. With today's complexity and today's digital space, the mission and vision that we have are pretty clear. We want to empower organizations through robust and comprehensive solutions and be a trusted partner when it comes down to resilience. And we want to partner with not just West Virginia companies, but regional and national companies, starting here on the East Coast and working our way out. We are certified for federal contracting through SAM.gov, and we're pursuing that in parallel to working with the others. So real quick, I guess I'm just going to say core services. I know I'm over time. It's a fast 2 minutes. Core services, CMMC assessments, cybersecurity assessments, and virtual CISO services. Last thing I want to do, and I'll drop this in the chat, is my information, and a quick shout out to Todd Crump, who's helped me extensively in my startup and actually getting ready for the Harrison County Tank, which I was one of the finalists in that. So I appreciate everybody and look forward to staying and active with the West Virginia ecosystem here. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Joseph, and thank you for your service. We appreciate you. All right, next up, Emily, can you tell us about your business, Mountain State Route Essentials?
Sure. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right. Hi, everyone. I appreciate the opportunity to share my story with you today. As you said, my name's Emily Kiefer. I am the owner of Mountain Route Essentials, LLC. Mountain Route Essentials was born from the fact that I was tired, pretty exhausted from working so hard to keep chemicals, fragrance, and harsh ingredients out of my daily life, which was quite the challenge. Spending loads of time reading labels and looking up ingredients I couldn't even pronounce, not to mention what they could do to my body, made me realize that what we put on our skin and what we consume should be pure and simple. The mission and vision of Mountain Route Essentials is pure, simple, conscious. I'm a West Virginian who is proud to own my business in our beautiful state. When I first started this business about 4 months ago, I had one product. From one product to now almost 10 products, this business has filled me with hope for simpler products and goods in daily lives. All of our products are non-toxic and all natural. We sell online and in several local stores and spas in the area. Initially focused on daily beauty products, we have since expanded to kitchen essentials. One of the most important things we can do to take care of our bodies is to nourish it with food that's purposeful and clean. So many food products are made up of bioengineered ingredients, chemicals, and dyes, stripping away the nutrients and leaving our bodies with little to work with. We now have seasoning salts, non-GMO artisan bread loaves, and baked goods. We sell our bread and baked goods at a local store in Berkeley Springs, West Virginia, and have sold out every week since being there. That's Mountain Route Essentials. I currently handcraft everything in our 600 square foot home. We're hopeful for the future and look forward to continue to expand. In order to do so, my husband either needs to build me a bigger house or I need to begin to look for brick and mortar locations for our business. I hope with the right funding, we can find a location to help us continue to expand. I will provide contact information in the chat. Again, I thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me talk about what I'm passionate about today.
Great, thank you. I do hope your husband gets you a big house and you also have space that you find. So.
Me too, thanks.
Do we have Aaron on by phone? Perhaps. Otherwise, we will go ahead and move on to our next entrepreneur. I'm not seeing Aaron Simmons in the participants list. Okay. Tara, you want me to just go ahead and call on Eric then?
Well, actually, let me introduce Eric
Yes.
Watkins because I just wanted to mention, I'm glad that I ended up with him because Eric won the West Virginia statewide collegiate business plan competition. Eric, correct me if I'm wrong, in 2012, he won $10,000 back in the day, and he is back in the ecosystem, baby. So I'm very excited to introduce Eric Watkins with Real Promotions.
Yes, I did. So thank you, Tara, and thanks for the shout out. And it's glad to be back. So here's what I'm up to now. So I'm a boxing promoter. I was a professional fighter, and now I'm fortunate enough to put on big shows in Morgantown. And then I also had a job as a software developer. And so now what I did was I was able to make all the tools that I need for myself. And I thought, like, what better way than to give this tool to every athlete in the world? So what I did was I pretty much made a way in between ticket sales, text messaging, websites, merchandise for the athlete. I made a way to make money for any athlete in any sports organization in the world, whether they're big and tall or they're in an NIL scholarship at Marshall or WVU. So my ask is I'm asking to talk to anyone that's involved in sports because if they have athletes that want to make more money off sponsorship or organizations, ticket sales. I literally have the ticket master, the goddaddy of all sports promotion in a software app that I'm looking to bring to market. And I'm also looking for investment or help, just networking. And yeah, that's what we're up to.
Great. Thank you so much. I feel like we've definitely got some folks that we can connect you with. So if you don't mind putting your contact information in the chat, Eric, we'll also put it in our follow-up. That'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. And I should have shared my screen, but
Oh,
I
you're
got nervous.
okay. You're okay. You only had 2 minutes, right? So sometimes that's harder.
You get on the spot, get nervous, and forgot.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So we do have 2 5-minute pitches, and then we're going to wrap up for the call. So this one right to the end. First, we have Zach, who's going to talk to us a little bit about agile development. Zach?
Yeah. So we'll talk about Edge Connect, which is our iPass app. Let me share my screen here on that. And can you all see that okay?
Yes.
So what Edge Connect is it's a iPass software that simplifies integrations for Salesforce users. Integrations are complex by default in Salesforce. Due to limitations, Edge Connect aims to simplify that. Start off with a case study here. We partner with a law firm called Bryan Law. They're a personal injury law firm that handles multiple states. A problem they had was they managed their legal case to Salesforce, but handled their billing in QuickBooks. And every month they'd have to export all that information to QuickBooks and Salesforce and vice versa. Cost them a lot of time and a lot of money of that, and also error prone. Using Edge Connect, they're able to mass copy all their existing legal cases in a matter of minutes, and set up an automated process to copy everything over in real time, including expenses, all without any use of code. The total time for a project was approximately 2 hours, and it decreased the entire workload of their Salesforce and account teams by approximately 10 hours a month. And we have a review here on the pitch deck that I'll put in the chat that y'all can read. What we install is integration easily. Traditional integrations are complex and they require a lot of coding skills in Salesforce. There are solutions like MuleSoft that aim to solve that, but they're built for enterprise customers. They'll run you a minimum of $100 grand a year. They're very time consuming. Also, they create backlogs for developers and create, business critical delays. If their systems ain't connected together, then you have data silos, which, basically constrains, have to jump between multiple other screens to access that data. What we do is we're an integration platform as a service. And in simple terms, what that does is that connects the various SaaS apps together in one spot. So, QuickBooks, banking stuff such as Experian or FIS, we connect them all together so you have all your data in one spot. We have connectors, which is, they'll get the connection to the app like QuickBooks or PyServe or whatever it may be. We have over 200 of them that are pre-built. Along with that, we offer low-code solutions via drag and drop. Developers and non-developers can both create it. Comparable MuleSoft, but at a very small fraction of the cost. Starting at close to $500 a month versus the annual of $100,000 for MuleSoft. There's our case study. Again, drag and drop. You see a little demo of it here where it's drag and drop stuff on the screen. No code needed. And again, we go back to reduces backlog. No developers needed. And we're doing distribution via Salesforce because 45% of Salesforce customers are small businesses, which their target audience. And a lot of them, don't have the money to spend out for developers. And so we try to simplify that. And at least 95% of Salesforce customers require at least one integration or have at least one integration. We're done an ISV and consulting partner Salesforce, and we're an approved vendor and trusted. With 5-star ratings across both our consulting services and our app. An integration platform as a service marketer is 40% year over year. And again, we go back to our product here with the custom connectors, pre-built connectors, and we also implement security. We have our security. We went through a Salesforce security review, passed it with flying colors. What we're looking to do is, we just skip here at the end here. We're asking for $250,000 to give us 1 year runway. We predict after the first year of revenue, after expenses and payroll, will be around $250,000, which will give us enough padding to not need any more investments while maintaining the ability to hire more employees and cover unexpected expenses without fear. That money will be used for marketing, around $6,000 per hour for marketing on LinkedIn and various blog posts for Salesforce, sales, support, hosting, and of course, salaries. Our marketing strategy is for SMB and enterprise Salesforce customers, in anywhere from healthcare, finance, retail, manufacturing. I hope, we plan to collaborate with Salesforce partners to speed up their implementations for their customers. And we also plan to do SEO and content marketing, along with social targeting for Salesforce customers and developers. And I'll stop there. I'll post a link to this pitch deck in the chat, and thank you all for listening.
Great. Thank you so much, Zach. We appreciate it. And we're looking forward to working with you in the ecosystem here. We're happy to support you. Okay, so last but definitely not least, finally, we have the entrepreneurship spotlight, last entrepreneurship spotlight of the day, the next ridge. Rush and Julia, take it away.
Hi there. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. Eric, long time no see. Good to see you, man. But thank you very much for having us. My name is Dr. Rush Holt, and this is my wife, Julia. Sorry, we're on our last slide.
Uh-oh, sorry, guys.
My name's Dr. Rush Holt, and we are a small family-owned mobile veterinary practice, and we've been in business for just over a year now. We currently serve the greater Morgantown area, but we are expanding and traveling up to the northern Panhandle and southwestern Pennsylvania as well. We specialize in providing high quality end-of-life care for your furry family members from the comfort of your own home, but we're expanding our business and now offering core vaccines, geriatric wellness, as well as palliative care.
Sorry, it keeps going to the last slide.
I'm from Morgantown. I attended West Virginia University for undergraduate and grad school, and then graduated from Virginia Maryland College of Veterinary Medicine in 2018. Since then, I've worn a number of different hats, but I mainly worked in large animal veterinary medicine as well as small animal emergency medicine.
And I'm Julia Holt. I'm a co-owner. I'm an occupational therapist by training, but now I work for the Next Ridge full time. Training as an OT has helped me be empathetic for our grieving clients. A lot of times when they call us, they're in crisis. I answer the phone, I provide guidance and consultation, and I also do our social media and accounting. So a problem that we see that's highlighted in this statistic is that 40% of dogs did not see their veterinarian in the 18 months before they were euthanized. So if your pet goes beyond the 1 year of routine care, potential health risks are not addressed, and that can make it more challenging at the end to manage those symptoms as they arise. And so the question then becomes, is it an issue of access? And we've seen some of these trends with our clients, our customers who are clients and pets with mobility issues, pets with travel and vet anxiety. A lot of our customers say that they don't want their pet's final moments to be in a vet clinic, and to be stressed out. We see a lot of large pets, and we just see a lot of people that want to be in the comfort of their own home.
And so I would say, as far as who is our main competition, and at this point in time, a traditional veterinary clinic is our main competition. And what are the key differences? So if you've ever been in the unfortunate circumstances as far as having to take your dog to the vet at the end, it can be stressful. The waiting room is loud. There's lots of sounds, smells. It can be intimidating. And once you get into that exam room, it can feel cold and sterile. Whereas with the Next Ridge, we pride ourselves as far as we want you to be comfortable and safe and in your safe space. And whether that's in your favorite armchair or if your pet has a favorite spot in the backyard in the sunshine, we're going to make those accommodations for you. In a traditional veterinary setting, a euthanasia appointment, unfortunately, is largely based on convenience for staff. So unfortunately, lots of times your pet's going to have to leave. It's going to have to go to the back, in the back, and have an IV catheter placed. Whereas with the Next Ridge, we want you to be with your pet every step of the way. If you've been to or if you've ever had a euthanasia appointment, that process is oftentimes variable depending on doctor. Whereas with our services, it's a two-step process, and we do give an initial sedative that helps with anxiety and pain relief. I don't know if you've been to the vet in the last couple years, but it is busy and it is stressful, and burnout is a big issue in veterinary medicine right now. But we pride ourselves on providing, compassionate care, and we want your pet to feel nothing but love in its final moments.
So our timeline in our first year, we've done 370 euthanasias. We've done less than 20 routine and palliative care appointments. In our second year, we would like to grow and do 500 euthanasias and do around 100 routine and palliative care appointments. And so year 3 and beyond, some of our goals, we would like to get an ultrasound. We would like to expand our services to offer cremation for continuity of care. And we would also like to hire an additional veterinarian to expand our service area. And so our asks to the ecosystem are veterinary software for documentation so that we can streamline communication between our clients as well as between other veterinary practices as we grow with more palliative and routine care. We need marketing assistance, so SEO and geofencing. We'd like to get Dr. Holt a truck wrap. And we also would like some funding for pharmaceuticals to expand our services. And we'll put our contact info in the chat here, and just want to thank you guys for having us.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Thank you. I was not prepared for this. I just saw the Next Ridge on I did not know what it was. We just put down our family dog last month.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So important. And I mean, incredible job. So if you have any specific financial asks as well, we'll put this in there. But if you have anything that you need, we'll put in our follow-up. And just incredible. Thanks, Tara, for not warning me at all. All right, we're a little bit over. So I know we have a couple of congratulations we want to wrap up with. And if anybody has updates and you want to drop them in the chat, we'll be sure to get them in the follow-up or message us and we'll get you on the December agenda. But Tara, you want to give a couple of congratulations here as we wrap up today's call?
Yeah, thanks. So I put them in the chat, but first off, congratulations. I don't know if Sharon Stratton is still on, but she got the award, the state award for the SBDC Coach of the Year. Ansel, I saw he was on here earlier. I know that he was just selected to be in the Rural Investment Collaborative in 2025. And then Mavry Davis, Heather, Katie, Elizabeth, Liz Vitullo, they are in the ARC's Leadership Institute, representing the state of West Virginia. So we just wanted to say congratulations. There was lots of great things going on across the state. I know we're a couple minutes over, but we just wanted to make sure we're recognizing those folks for doing great things across the state. And Bill Woodrum has his hand raised. I will call on Bill.
Hey, just a quick congratulations and a thank you out to the ecosystem led by Tara and Amber last week. We had the 80th anniversary event for Benedum, and it was so marvelously received. Thank you to YNST, Mooter, and Curated Wonder for coming and really doing an outstanding job. It was just a great evening, and thank you all for being there.
Well, thank you for having us, Bill. It was our pleasure, truly. And it was good to see so many folks from the ecosystem involved in several different capacities with the Benedum event. So great to see everyone. We appreciate 60+ people staying on past the hour. I mean, that's incredible. So thanks all. And just a shameless plug that we are on the Empower Hour. Tara and I are tag teaming this week's Empower Hour with the Pioneer Network and the Rural Partner Networks to talk a little bit more about the ecosystem, bridging, and all that good stuff. So the link is in the chat from Kent. We'll put in the follow-up, but we'd love to see some of you all on there as well for this week's Power Hour. Apparently, we're not doing it the traditional way. We said no slides. We're just going to talk to each other, which that could go good or bad. Because
so if you haven't gotten enough of us today, you'll see us Thursday.
See you Thursday. All right. Thanks all. Appreciate it, everyone.
Thanks, gang. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Everyone.